Okay, shalom, shalom.
Shalom, shalom.
First and foremost, before we begin with this camp session, we want to face the east and give all praises, honor, and glory to our power. Yahweh, bahasham, yahawashi, bahasham, Dash. Double honors to the apostles, the elders, that great millstone, who do well and teach well, and other true leaders of Israel today. Shalom to the hopeful elect and your icon men, your brothers, pushing this word throughout the four corners of the earth about truth and sincerity, making your calling and election sure, man. Shalom, shalom. I want to get straight into it, man. The chariots. You know, because the brother sent me a beautiful video the other day on some Eve recording these, UFOs, as you people like to call them, which really the chariots of the Most High. Dancing, going back and forth, moving in ways that, can't, be comprehended. And the thing about it is that those chariots, those are actually a sign of our, deliverance. That's a sign of the end of the world, man. Real quick, before we open up with anything, let me get this precept out. It's the book of Zephaniah. Or Salakia, Zechariah, if I'm not mistaken. Okay. We got Zechariah. This book of Zechariah, chapter 5 and verse 1. Then I turned and lifted up my eyes and looked, and behold, a flying roll. And he said unto me, What seest thou? And I answered, I see a flying roll. The length thereof is 20 cubits, and the breadth thereof 10 cubits. Then said he unto me, This is the curse that goeth forth over the face of the whole earth. For everyone that stealeth shall be cut off as on this side according to it, and everyone that sweareth shall be cut off as on this side according to it. And who is that stealeth? That's talking about Esau, Edom. Abakwashai, can you go into the word cubits? And if I'm not mistaken, I think that goes into 20. So if it's 20 cubits, it's 20 times 20. So it's that's a big chariot. Cubit, you can put cubits meaning Bible.
Around a cubit is an ancient unit of length, generally considered to be around 18 inches.
Oh, 18 inches, okay.
Might be, wrong or something.
I just remember it being something like that, something I had to do with times two. But nonetheless, it's still, 20 times 8.
How many feet are in 1 cubit? 1.5 feet.
1.5 feet.
2 feet, yeah.
So that was a long, chariot, because it said what? The curse that goeth forth over the face of the whole earth, Salahia. I see a flying roll, the length thereof is 20 cubits, and the breadth thereof 10 cubits. Then said he unto me, This is the curse that goeth forth over the face of the whole earth. For everyone that stealeth shall be cut off as on this side according to it, and everyone that sweareth shall be cut off as on this side according to it. I will bring it forth, saith the Lord of hosts, and it shall enter into the house of the thief, and into the house of him that sweareth falsely by my name, and it shall remain in the midst of his house, and shall consume it with the timber thereof and the stones thereof. And what are those chariots going to do? It's going to consume it, with the timber thereof, right? Talking about fire. And enter into the house of the thief, that's talking about Esau, Edom, right? Because he stole the Most High's jewels. He stole, the Israelites. And he brought us into this place, Babylon the Great, right? Also known as Arzareth, right? The northern kingdom came over here to, follow after, the law, statutes, and commandments, but they went off. But nonetheless, they went and enslaved, northern kingdom, and brought in, the southern kingdom from the west coast of, Africa. And that's the place. This is the house of the thief. Real quick, it said he said what? And it shall consume it with the timber thereof and the stones thereof. So when you see these chariot sightings, these UFOs, they're not here only for our deliverance. They're also going to be here, burning down, Jake and people, man.
Hey, I got a precept to back you up. This is the book of Amos, chapter 9, verse 8. Behold, the eyes of the Lord Yahweh are upon the sinful kingdom. Ooh. These are the eyes of the Lord, the chariots, And it reads, And I will destroy it from off the face of the earth, saving that I will not utterly destroy the house of Jacob, saith the Lord. But hey, in the midst, the 2/3 are going to be killed, which are of the tribes of Jacob, the 12 tribes of Jacob, of Israel, Salakia.
Yeah, the 2/3 of Jacob, man. Scriptures say in the book of Romans that not all Israel is of Israel. You got Jake that, acts just like these damn Edomites. You got Jake that acts like just straight animals, bro. It says in the scriptures in the book of, Acts. They're like brute beasts.
Look at that dude Diddy. He's like a fucking whole ass savage animal, man.
Bro. That's Jake right there.
Yeah.
That you think the Most High is gonna have mercy upon a Jake like that? Come on now, bro. So just to show you that these chariot sightings, and this is why when people see them, they get spooked out, man. They get scared because they understand that if those things are, the angels of the Lord, they're not here for my benefit, bro. I've been being wicked, I've been doing this, I've been doing that, I haven't been repenting, I haven't been on point. That's why the scriptures say, You know, Babakusha, fear not those things. Babakusha.
You know those things.
Yeah, just put KJ, fear not those things, and it should pop up. Because
Matthew 10:28. This one?
For not that much. No, that's not the one. But it's all good. It's it had something to do with not fearing the chariots. Oh man, what's that precept? See. Be not, yeah, I think it's down. Be
Isaiah 41:10.
Isaiah 41:10. Read the verse 9. Babakusha.
Okay, Isaiah chapter 41, verse 9. And it reads, "Thou whom I have taken from the ends of the earth, and called thee from the chief men thereof, and said unto thee, Thou art my servant, I have chosen thee, and not cast thee away." So down.
Now go next.
"Fear thou not, for I am with thee. Be not dismayed, for I am thy power. I will strengthen thee. Yea, I will help thee. Yea, I will uphold thee with the right hand of my righteousness."
You know, the right hand of my righteousness. The chariots are going to be defending us, man. And it's actually a fear. What is that precept? It has something to do with the chariots, but it's all good. Just bring that one out, and the one I had told you to hold, the look up for your redemption draws nigh.
This is the book of Luke chapter 28. This is the book of Luke chapter 21, verse 28.
Mm-hmm.
And it reads, "And when these things begin to come to pass, then look up and lift up your heads,
Mm-hmm.
for your redemption draweth nigh."
Why is he looking up? The same thing as when Yahawashi was getting delivered in the book of Acts, the 2nd chapter, man. You know what? He looked up into the sky and he said, like, hey, the same way you're seeing Yahawashi go up in this chariot is the same way you're gonna see him come back. When we see these chariots, we rejoice, man. We look at these, things in the skies, these strange, chariots, these strange, UFOs flying through the sky. Us brothers rejoice because we know what's in them, man. We know what they're here for. They're here to cleanse America, Babylon the Great, through their, laser beams and fire, pursuant to the book of, 2nd Ezra, which we'll get, and also the book of Isaiah, which we'll get. But also, to deliver the elect, man. To deliver the elect. So this is what we're waiting for, man. Real quick, I have this in the book of Isaiah. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 66, showing you that the chariots, man, they're gonna be, not only delivering but also bringing down judgment. Isaiah 66 and verse 15, "For behold, the Lord will come with fire, and with his chariots like a whirlwind, to render his anger with fury, and his rebuke with flames of fire. For by fire and by his sword will the Lord plead with all flesh, and the slain of the Lord shall be many." You see these chariots, man, like the movie World of War, man, zapping, just killing people. That's how these chariots are going to be moving, man. "They that sanctify themselves and purify themselves in the gardens behind one tree in the midst, eating swine's flesh, and the abomination and the malice shall be consumed together, saith the Lord." So this precept also backs up the fact that you people you still can't eat pork. You still can't eat, abominable foods, because what? This is talking about when the Lord returns. And it said what? Anybody, still eating swine's flesh and the abomination and the malice shall be consumed all together, man. So if this goes to show you that you can't be, still eating, foul ass shit when the Lord comes back.
Yeah.
But it goes to show you, man, that these chariots, Babakusha, you want to get that precept? The chariots of the Lord are 1,000, even 10,000. It goes on to say, when you read the scriptures and you read the Lord of hosts, that means the Lord of armies, translated. And the armies is talking about what? These chariots is these UFOs.
This is the book of Psalms,
Yep.
chapter 68, verse 17. "The chariots of the Lord Yahweh are 20,000, even thousands of angels. The Lord is among them, and in Sinai, in the holy place."
Yep, and it's in the holy place, man. When the Lord comes back, he's going to return what? With all them chariots, man. He's going to come back with a fleet of them, man. And all these chariots are going to be doing what? Delivering and destroying, man. 10,000. One chariot can knock out this whole place. There's actually an account, Babakusha, you want to get that in the book of Kings real quick? A chariot, an angel, you can put KJV 15,000 Assyrians. If I'm not mistaken, I don't know what it's on now. I know how it's something like that. Let me see. It came to pass at night that the angel. Yeah, you want to read it? Go earlier though. Go to like 30.
30.
Yeah, Babakusha. This is an account of, if I'm not mistaken, with Elijah. Let me see.
This is the book of 2 Kings, chapter 19, verse 30, and verse 29. "And this shall be a sign unto thee, Ye shall eat this year such. No, let me go. This is verse 30. And the remnant that is escaped of the house of Judah shall yet again take root downward and bear fruit upward. For out of Jerusalem shall go forth the remnant, and they that escape out of Mount Zion, the zeal of the Lord of hosts shall do this. Therefore, thus saith the Lord concerning the king of Assyria, he shall not come into this city nor shoot an arrow there.
And they were scared because they're like, damn, bro, we don't have that much, arm, we don't have that much manpower, man. So what did the Lord do?
Nor come before it with shield, nor cast a bank against it.
Because the Syrian army was mad, they were big, and you just had Judah, trying to like, damn, bro, we gotta go in and take these fools out. But what happened, man?
This is a book of 2 Kings, chapter 19, verse 33. By the way that he came, by the same shall he return, and shall not come into this city, saith the Lord Yahweh. For I will defend this city to save it for mine own sake and for my servant David's sake.
There you go.
And it came to pass that night that the angel of the Lord went out and smote in the camp of the Assyrians 185,000. And when they arose early in the morning, behold, they were all dead corpses.
So like it's 4 scores, not cubit. Score is a times 20. So 100,000 times 20, bro.
And 104 and 5,000.
104 score and 5,000. So it was 180,000.
Hey, but that's still a lot for day. That's just one angel, though.
Knocked out 100,000, over 100,000 Assyrians, bro, in one night, over the night, falling asleep, and less than fucking. When you go to sleep, you only go to sleep for 8 hours, bro, 7 hours. You know what I mean? So the most I had to this one angel, knocked out. You know how long it's gonna take to kill 100,000 people, bro? And even in a war, in a battle, bro. That shall take days, days and days of just, and back then in those ancient times, they would have what, swords? It would take forever to knock down, that many people.
Hand-to-hand combat.
Yeah.
They didn't fucking snipe motherfuckers. There's
bombs,
like close and personal,
Yeah, and that 100,000 people, over the night, it's like, damn, that shit. But it just goes to show you how strong one angel is, bro. One chariot. Imagine now the Most High coming back with 10,000s of them, bro. Thousands and thousands of them, bro. There's not. Over with, man. Real quick, let me go into this as well.
Hey, and it's all gonna last like an hour.
Yeah. Hey, you can get that too.
Yeah, just like
the book of that's the book of Revelation.
That's saying, hey, that just shows you how strong. Cause there's how many billions of people.
Yeah, bro.
Billions of people.
And the Most High is gonna wipe. He's gonna cleanse it off using the chariots and the nukes, man. So it's gonna be quick.
It's gonna be a quick death. Well, not quick for the sinners, but
Yeah, before for us, we're gonna be in the kingdom immediately, bro.
Hey, the sea of glass, I don't know what to say.
Hey, Lord willing, we be at that number, which we're striving to be, This is the book of 2nd Esdras. Real quick. Is it 7? Oh, here it is. It's the book of 2nd Esdras, man. Give me 1 second. Going into, the chariot. Yep, Con, there it is. All right, this is the book of 2nd Esdras. Real quick, Salaki, man. I want to make sure I get the right precept. That's a mountain, man. Let me see. Rise up, stand before.
Is it this one right here?
No, second. No, can you put KJV 2nd Esdras? KJV 2nd Esdras, Great Mountain. I'm pretty sure I'm in the right precept.
Second Esdras 13-6.
13. There you go. There it is.
You already brought this one out, right?
Nah, I already brought that one out. Yeah, I already brought that one out. Yep, Isaiah 13. There it is. 13 and what is it at?
13-6.
13-6, kind of. Yeah, I really can start at verse 1, man. This is the book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 13. I'm gonna start at verse 1. And it came to pass after 7 days, I dreamed a dream by night, and lo, there arose a wind from the sea, and it moved all the waves thereof. And I beheld, and lo, that man waxed strong with the thousands of heaven. We read about that in the book of Psalms, the thousands of heaven, talking about what? All his chariots, the army of chariots. And behold, and lo, that man waxed strong with the thousands of heaven. And when he turned his countenance to look, all the things trembled that were seen under him.